Welcome, everyone. Go ahead and step right into the virtual lobby of today's masterclass. As you get settled in, I want you to take a quick second to think about the absolute best hotel experience you've ever had. You know the one. Behind that flawless check-in, the perfectly timed room service, that feeling that they just knew what you needed before you did, well, behind all of that is a massive living ecosystem. And today, we're taking a deep dive right into the heart of it. We are going to explore the true architecture of a sustainable workforce.
Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I am pleased to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We look forward to supporting your professional growth in the hospitality industry.
So here's a quick look at our agenda for today's explainer. We've got 5 main phases. Welcome to your journey. Defining workforce sustainability, the power of inclusion, cultivating true employee loyalty, and finally, leadership for long-term success.
Let's jump straight into Section 1, defining workforce sustainability and how we balance performance with well-being.
Now, our source material gives us a really precise definition to work with here. A sustainable workforce basically balances organizational performance with employee well-being and social responsibility. And honestly, this is a massive paradigm shift for the industry. Back in the day, organizational success was just about the hard numbers: occupancy rates, revenue per available room, operational efficiency, and they were looked at in a total vacuum. But today, we know you simply cannot sustain those metrics without putting equal focus on the well-being of your staff and the social responsibility of your property. They are completely, intricately connected.
I think this does a brilliant job of showing that delicate equilibrium. Picture a giant scale. On one side, you've got organizational performance. On the other, employee well-being and social responsibility. If a property pushes strictly for performance and ignores its people, what happens? The scale tips, burnout hits, and service quality absolutely collapses. But on the flip side, if you only focus on well-being without maintaining operational discipline, the hotel just can't survive economically. So, the big takeaway here is that especially in the hospitality industry, inclusion and loyalty are the core mechanisms that keep this whole scale in perfect harmony.
Which brings us right to Section 2, the power of inclusion, focusing on respect and opportunity.
As future leaders, the people who are going to be running the lobbies, the front desks, and diverse teams, understanding why inclusion matters on the property is absolutely foundational to your success. As our source points out, an inclusive culture rests on 2 non-negotiable pillars: respecting diversity and ensuring equal opportunity. This isn't just corporate jargon, right? Genuine inclusion demands a baseline of total respect for the diverse backgrounds of every single team member, and it means structurally guaranteeing that the playing field is level for everyone, from housekeeping all the way up to the revenue office. In fact, properties that really nail this culture often see double-digit increases in staff retention.
And check out this chain reaction, because it's pretty powerful. It all starts with an increased feeling of belonging. When your team actually feels like they belong, boom, you get higher engagement. That engagement naturally sparks better collaboration across different departments, like the kitchen syncing up perfectly with the banquet staff. That collaboration strengthens creativity, empowering your teams to solve guest issues innovatively on the fly. And the final destination of this chain reaction? Elevated service quality. The inclusion you foster behind the scenes literally becomes the luxury experience your guest feels out front.
All right, moving into Section 3, cultivating true employee loyalty and aligning with purpose. Building loyalty doesn't happen overnight. It's a lot like building a 5-star reputation. You have to do it step by step. Step 1 is building trust. This is your absolute bedrock. If your team cannot trust you, the journey ends right here. Step 2 is ensuring fairness, whether that's in scheduling, compensation, or just day-to-day treatment. Step 3 is sharing values, which is when a team member's personal values start to really resonate with the hotel's mission. And finally, Step 4, achieving brand advocacy. That is the absolute pinnacle of employee loyalty.
To really hammer home that final step, the research points out a very powerful truth. Employees who align with an organization's purpose are far more likely to stick around and actually advocate for the brand. Think about it. When your staff truly aligns with your hotel's purpose, maybe it's a dedication to unparalleled guest care or a big commitment to environmental sustainability. They don't just stay longer and save you turnover costs, they become your loudest champions. They become active ambassadors for your hospitality brand, whether they're on the clock or off.
Let's transition to Section 4, leadership for long-term success and the ultimate impact.
Sustainability ultimately comes down to your leadership practices. If you want to build a truly resilient hospitality organization, one that can actually weather economic shifts and industry challenges, you have got to master these core practices. You need to be deeply committed to developing your people, actively supporting their well-being, constantly fostering inclusion, and engaging in long-term thinking rather than just slapping on short-term fixes. Honestly, these are the essential daily habits of a successful hotel general manager.
And listen, this isn't just abstract theory. Perspectives from Europe Hotel School London consistently highlight that sustainability is completely integral to modern hospitality leadership. Just by engaging with this explainer today, you are validating your current education. The industry's absolute top institutions recognize that taking this holistic, sustainable approach to your workforce is simply the only path forward for a modern leader.
Let's pull all of these concepts together into one clear structural view. This breakdown maps our core pillars straight to the organizational outcomes they produce. First up, when we look at inclusion, what does that directly get you? Elevated service quality. Second, the pillar of loyalty. That translates tangibly into staff retention and brand advocacy. And finally, the pillar of leadership, specifically sustainable leadership. That is the engine that guarantees organizational continuity and a sterling reputation. By building an inclusive, loyal workforce, you are actively ensuring the long-term success of your property.
So we have covered the critical architecture of a resilient hotel workforce today. But, knowledge only really matters when it's applied. So I want to leave you with this question to ponder as you continue your studies. As a future hospitality leader, how will you balance organizational performance with employee well-being to ensure your property's long-term success? The answer to that question is going to define your career. Thank you so much for your focus and dedication today, and I wish you all the best in your continued professional growth within this amazing industry.